Hey everybody, welcome to Tales from the Long Box.
Tales from the Long Box. Welcome everybody.
Today we're talking about Batman the Cult. This is the new thing I do, I guess, where I get a weird high voice and I say a thing.
I'm just glad our audio can't peak on this hardware because that is Batman.
I can make it happen. We're talking about Batman the Cult. It was written by Jim Starlin, penciled by Bernie Wrightson, inked by Bernie Wrightson, lettered by John Costanza, and colored by Bill Ray.
John Costanza.
Related to George?
The one and only Costanza family.
Wow.
Oh, that's so good, Jerry. I'm not a color man.
Believe it or
I've always
not.
been a pencil man.
I'm a penciler. I'm a penciler, Jerry.
That's so good. This is week one of our Batman trifecta. For the next 3 weeks, we're going to be talking about Batman books.
Yeah.
Is this might be the first time we've covered an exclusive, like a specifically Batman
thing.
episode. That's
I think so
good. Look at us go.
Yeah, I mean, we've already talked briefly about year one.
Talk about year one for sure.
In the Good Starter Comics episp and stuff like that.
Yes, go watch that one if you haven't already.
Yeah, so here's a title card. Marshall, insert that here. Here's a card to one of these corners. You can check that episode out.
I love that episode. Comics. That might still be my favorite episode of this show. Like, it was early on, but it was such a good episode.
Wow, Michael.
Well, it's good.
You can't choose a favorite child.
Oh, you're right. I have. Yeah. How many children do we have now?
20. This will be our 23rd child.
Dude, we're crushing these children.
We're pumping them out, dude.
We're great.
Let's give birth to a few
Setting
more.
them loose. So this week we're talking about Batman the Cult. Next week we're going to be talking about the Long Halloween. And next week is the week of Halloween, 2025.
Yeah.
So get excited for that. You can come and enjoy the holiday with us. Mm-hmm. And then we'll start the month of November with Batman Dark Victory.
Yeah.
Which is the only one of this series that will be new to me. So I'm stoked. It's gonna be great.
It will be good.
Yeah.
So Batman the Cult, really cool. Jim Starlin opens up this thing with, usually we do like, who is this guy? Who's this character?
I hope you know who Batman is.
We know who Batman is.
Yeah.
Batman, little boy, parents dead, become Batman.
Yeah.
Batman begin.
Yeah. Can I read like the fastest summary of this book as we get into it?
Yeah.
The plot centers around Deacon.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah.
Knew it.
Go ahead.
So I will. The plot centers around Deacon Blackfire, a charismatic cult leader who recruits Gotham's homeless and dispossessed. Blackfire orchestrates a campaign to take control of Gotham, both by social manipulation and more direct, brutal means. Ooh. Batman is captured early in the story, subjected to torture and brainwashing, and he's broken both physically and psychologically. Under Blackfire's influence, Batman experiences hallucinations, ultimately commits acts he deeply regrets, and meanwhile, Gotham falls into chaos. Robin plays a role in helping restore Batman and confronting the cult. The final confrontation involves Batman physically battling Blackfire, who is then abandoned by his followers after showing what they perceive as cowardice. Whoa. Blackfire is killed by his own followers, and Batman burns the totem, an artifact in the sewers that Blackfire used to maintain his grip over his followers. Order's restored, though Batman is left to deal with the psychological aftermath.
Whoa.
How's that for a summary?
Pretty good. So that's what this book is about.
Yeah. It's
very good. It's very, very good.
I don't know how this isn't in that like upper echelon. Like I feel like even just casual Batman fan oftentimes will know. Now I'm going to, isolate half the audience that might not have heard of some of these. Yeah. Lots and lots and lots of Batman fans have heard of things like Hush, have heard of things like The Long Halloween and Year One.
Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah. What else? A ton of these like different classic stories.
Yeah.
This one is so like narrowly known.
It's kind of under the surface. It's becoming more popular now because like, Twitter accounts that love superheroes have been suggesting it as really good. Yep. And that's how I came upon it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are talking about it more recently, but up until now it's been kind of unknown. Yeah. Which is, when they first made it, DC kind of expected it to flop. They didn't expect it to be that good. They had to push really hard against certain levels of like censorship and stuff like that to get it made. It's a very violent book. Yes. And it deals with, religious themes that would not have been super well received necessarily in, when did this come out? The early 80s. I should have written that one down, huh?
This guy might have that in my notes as well.
19
August to November 1988, one issue per month.
88.
Yeah.
So even then, like those kind of religious themes would have been things that people would not have super people being the wider world, not comic book readers, would not have super loved. Like, this is something that the Comics Code Authority would have come down on hard and been like, hey, what's going on here? Yeah, and that's what the introduction of the book is about. Starlin wrote this whole thing about censorship and the Comics Code Authority, authoritarianism, and that leads really well into this book about, you know, mass psychosis and cult leaders and all this different stuff, but also about a system that is letting the people down. It's not, the book doesn't pin all of the evil on Blackfire. It's not like, well, these people are doing this because Blackfire has indoctrinated them and that. Like, no, like, they've been abandoned by society and this city is not helping them. Yeah. And even in the very beginning of the book, there's the classic Frank Miller news panels. It happens a lot in this era. Where there's people talking about like, well, the homeless problem is solved. It's like, what are you talking about? There's still homeless people all over the place. Like, yeah, but they're not sleeping on the streets.
Right.
So they're fine.
So where are they?
Yeah. It's like, well, and then the guy responds with like, I feel like there's a discrepancy here, but we're not thinking about that. Yeah. We're not worrying about that. The problem is, it's solved. Yeah. It's good. But then of course that comes back to bite them.
When it lays the like apathy and the willingness to like look the other way, that kind of thing, lays the groundwork for Blackfire to come in as this charismatic leader. Yep. And from there, it's very much like the meta narrative is this critique on like, don't let charisma fool you when it comes to leadership and the people in power and that sort of a thing. Yeah. Because there can be so much like lurking in the shadows behind it in that way.
Yeah. It's the Lord of the Rings. Like, what is it? I feel like the enemy would, smell sweeter but feel fouler. Is that the line? Yeah, I think it's something like Sam says. Yeah. It's very much that. To say like Donnie Darko, the Patrick Swayze character, is actually the evil one, and on the other side is the good. It's like the appearances are deceiving. And Batman even is like a big scary guy, but he's the good one here. So this came out in the wake of Dark Knight Returns. DC was a lot more open to doing darker books, more prestige type books. Seeing that the market had grown. That the market for grown-up books was really large. People loved DKR. Yeah. But even though that was the case, there wasn't great confidence in the cult, and DC just kind of dropped it out in the world without much advertising. Yeah. And it was a big success. Yeah. It was really, really popular.
Totally. Yeah.
And you can tell why. It's really, really good.
100%. Yeah.
Get into the art a little bit here. Yeah, Bernie Wrightson, co-creator of Swamp Thing, we talked about last week.
Yeah, go watch that.
You can check it out. Here's a thing for that too. A lot of title cards in this one. Marshall, insert that here. Bernie Wrightson's lines are gorgeous, but the star of the show is Bill Ray's colors, in my opinion. They're beautiful and imaginative, and they really let the lines breathe. Wrightson's lines are like very loose. They flow really well. They have a lot of like dynamic feeling to them. Like when there's like tension in the muscles, you can feel like it's like Batman's right about to spring. Yeah. When he's just like dangling there off of the chains, like it flows so well. Yeah. And it's beautiful. And so much of that is because of Bill Ray's colors. Yeah. The colors really highlight the mood of the book in different places really well. Like when there's really intense violence happening, there's like bright red spackle everywhere. Like it's like the feeling of what's happening is the color rather than the color being more just realistic to the scene.
There's so many like creative choices also when it comes to just like different visuals that are put in there to represent the psychosis that is like behind it all. Like
like Batman with like the tie-dye kind of behind him when he's under the influence of this drug and everything.
There's also, I wasn't even thinking about that, but you're 100% right.
What were you thinking about, Michael?
I'll tell you. I was thinking about, there are like, there are moments when like Batman is just seeing people as different, like it'll change the human form to express like the experience of Batman himself. Like he'll, when he's above ground, after his indoctrination into the cult, he's above ground with is the guy called Ratface? Yeah, and he goes to Ratface goes to attack a police officer. Batman's like trying to intervene, like on just his instincts. They're superseding his indoctrination or his like programming. Yeah, he grows this like kind of looks like a bifurcated devil tail, but he's also still got his rat face and rat ears.
Yeah. It's like, he looks like Ichabod Crane. Actually,
he really does. Yeah. Absolutely.
There's he's very like susceptible to the suggestion here under the influence of this drug, which is what this previous page is. Like Ratface knows that.
Yep.
And he takes him to go and kill this guy because Ratface is racist and his neighbor is black and has a white girlfriend. Yeah. So he's like, I want to kill this guy, but he tells Batman that he's a pimp.
Yeah.
So it like goes in and out of this thing of like, is it just some guy or is it, a sex trafficker?
Yeah.
And because he's being told that it's a pimp, that's what he sees.
Yep.
But then he is able to tell, he figures it out. And then that's when he starts to see Ratface as this devil.
I love this. It's just 6 panels of basically two images. But you as the reader can feel the switch back and forth. And that's that's exactly what it's meant to convey. And just like that nonverbal, imagery language is just so neat.
Well, it's even cool the way that the lighting shifts where the pink and blue in the background of when he's a regular guy, when it's a pimp, that becomes the car.
Yep.
So it's like the elements around the world are shifting and changing. Like there's just visually the way we understand it is changing. And then you look at the colors when Ratface is killing the guy, you get that bright red, like he's separated out from the background in a really interesting way. Just the colors are incredible in here.
Yeah. There's other moments too. Later on when Batman is like breaking the cult's conditioning and he's like breaking out of it and trying to get back to his right mind. There's a moment when he's going through like a withdrawal experience essentially. And he says as much, and there's a couple panels of his body begins melting, like his suit melts off and his like flesh melts off his bones. And he's just like he's a skeleton left in the pose that he was in when he was a man, it's like, it's not actually what's happening in front of, it's not what's happening to him, but it's what he feels like.
Yeah. It's what he's experiencing.
It's just so cool. And there's nothing confusing about it. Like you as the reader know what the images are going for. Yeah. It's just, they trust their reader in such a way to understand this imagery. The last one that comes to mind is like Deacon Blackfire near the end, like Batman comes to see him just as a Satan figure. And his hair turns into horns and things like that. And it's crazy.
Oh, where was that?
And that's like that. Yeah, that's the last one where I'm like, I remember it being so. Yeah, again, it's this act of trusting the reader to understand what they're seeing, to understand what the author and the artists are trying to tell you. I think it's so cool.
Right. Is that?
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You see it? Yeah. Look at this, where it's that same thing. It's that back and forth with the random dude pimp.
Which at that point, is that the drug in him, or is that just them showing us his perception?
Right, and
like
that should be the question.
This is shifted now.
Yep,
and it's becoming like, oh no, this is this guy's true form.
Especially as you see Batman holding a gun.
Yeah,
it's like that's what you're supposed to be thinking about. Yeah,
that's what's interesting too, is that we're not even. It's in the other stuff, we're seeing a suggestion, we're seeing a lie.
Yeah.
In this, we're seeing through the lie.
Yes.
The lie is this clean-cut Deacon Blackfire priest man.
Totally.
And the real underneath is this devil.
Yeah.
Who has maybe actually lived for hundreds and hundreds of years and has been like surviving by bathing in the blood of people. Like, really intense stuff.
Totally. Or at least his fault. Like, even that is like, there's kind of like doubt cast on that because is that real? Is he really that old? Or is that part of his deceit, part of his like charismatic thing?
Right.
There's, again, I'm going back to, we talked last week super briefly about like John Milton and Paradise Lost and everything like that, and how that's a story that I think literature keeps coming back to is the beautiful devil that comes to Earth and charms people. That's this guy to a T, even down to like the hellish imagery of his followers, the underworlders, are all living underground in the sewers. And it's an experience of in a lot of ways the imagery is the devil and his demons rising to wreak havoc on humanity and the overworld. It's like the same thing. And you get a lot of, like, as far as Batman's part in that, you get a lot of Pilgrim's Progress, moving through the afterlife world kind of thing. You get a lot of like Dante's Inferno, where he's
the different levels of hell. There's that moment where they fall into the pit.
Yep.
And I was talking about, I want to say Bissett, that was last week, Wrightson's lines and how loose they are.
Yep.
There's some stuff in the back of this edition that shows his pencils compared to his inks. And if you look at, like, here's some of the pencils, and I'll have a better view of this for the overall, and I'll do a comparison. But there is Batman and Robin running out of this place.
Yeah. They made Robin beefy. Look at that.
Well, Jason was a big boy.
He was.
Yeah, and then he
He's a little
was
older
a dead boy. And then he was a huge boy.
Yeah.
So you can see here how loose his pencils are. There's so little detail.
Yeah.
There's so little actual like concrete pencil work going on here.
Yeah.
You're just getting the layouts in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So this is another example, like Mazzucchelli, of an artist who is doing a lot of the finishing in the inks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I can find this page real quick.
A lot of reliance just on the process. It feels like I feel like if I was penciling something, I would be, my like control freak brain would be so like, I have to put in everything to make sure that I'm expressing things the way that I need to, but that just takes over the latter parts of the process. Yeah. And so it's so cool that you can see that at work throughout this.
So there's the finished page. You can see all the like the detail on the cave, and then on the homeless up there with the axes and everything, and then just compare that to this. Like it's so different, and so much of it gets blacked out as well.
Yeah, that's so true. Which you never would, like, just looking at the blacked out parts, you never realize that they weren't, like, it looks very natural, I guess is what I mean,
Very good. I mean, that's all down to the lighting.
Gosh, I love it. Yeah.
And then you can see in this unused cover, which then became the cover to this book. Yeah. The same kind of thing there. There's a lot of heavy shading going on with the pencil. Yeah. But then all of that is being done in hatching in this this final side over here. Yeah. You look at the face of the homeless on that side versus on this side. Mm-hmm. There's a lot more detail going into this because it's a cover compared to the interiors. But even then, like so much of the finishing, like all of the tearing on the suit is being done over here. Yeah. None of that is on this side. Yeah. Man, that would scare the heck out of me. Yeah. There's no undo button.
For real. Oh, that's so true. Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, Batman's suit gets shredded throughout and gets the bat symbol ripped off of it at some point.
Show me that chest, Batman.
Yeah. Let's see the pec crease right in the middle there.
Get those pecs out, Betsy.
But it's cool that like, I think the Batman stories always have the element of like identity that they talk through in them.
Sure.
And that's cool insofar as like, it's not, he keeps the mask on the entire time, maybe not the entire time, but for most of the book, the mask stays on. Like the cult could not care less who's underneath it. Yeah. But they want to strip the Batman's identity away from him and make him one of them. Yeah. So he doesn't get his symbols and his
but like,
everything
tool
that makes him himself, Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They'll use the fear that he's already established for himself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's cool.
The other thing, Wrightson's horror background as the original artist on and co-creator of Swamp Thing is on full display here.
Yes, it is.
Really highlighted in the pages of like Batman and Robin in the Pit, Deacon Blackfire, Bathing in Blood, all that different stuff. Like you really get the intense horror of that. You get some of the way that we talked about Swamp Thing having like the kind of visual feeling of like an old Hollywood horror movie. Yeah. This visually feels like a 1970s exploitation horror movie.
Big time.
Like there's a lot of like, I would compare this in feeling and visually to like Invasion of the Body Snatchers from the 70s. Yeah. The Omega Men, like really like gritty, kind of gruddy, gross 70s cinema is what this feels like.
Yeah, it does.
And, late 80s stuff as well, because that's when this actually came out. But it's just really, I love how the colors just make this whole book feel just kind of mucky. Yeah. And just gross. Yeah. Like there's a kind of otherworldly feeling to the whole thing because I think Bill Ray is just, I need to look up like what else he's colored because I want to see it. It's just such impressive stuff the whole time.
Definitely. Yeah. One of the critiques I've heard about this, I think, is that, like story-wise, I think people sometimes don't like a Batman story where Batman is powerless, right? Yeah. Where he is like They want Batman to be larger than life. They want him to be always winning. They want him to be who Dwayne Johnson thinks he is in his movies.
Right.
But so I like.
Hello.
To which I would. Do we have a friend coming in?
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, hi, friend.
What are you doing?
Are you recording?
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, well, you got to come be on camera now that you.
No.
Yeah, get over here.
Come over here now.
Come on.
You're short enough that you could just stand here and you'd be perfectly on screen.
Welcome to guest star Laura.
Welcome to the Laura box. No, come here. This is Laura. She's my wife.
You guys match and everything.
She's my manager. She does all the helpful stuff with the art. What do you think of Batman the Cult?
Super cool. You should read it and hear this so you can have more information and enjoy it more. Please do it. Leave a like and subscribe.
Yay! Amazing. Okay, you can.
We're gonna have you in these more often. That's okay.
Okay.
Where was I? I don't remember.
You were talking about Batman as being like a really popular, like people want to see him be like a god.
Yes, people want to see him be, big boy hours.
Mm-hmm. What?
They want to see him being in big boy hours.
Okay.
What I would say to that, if that's the critique, is like, oh, we don't want Batman to be weak in his story, is like, this is, I think people oftentimes like the character of Gotham City too.
Okay.
And this is a book that is heavy into that as well. So if that's something that you like to read about, this is a great book because it'll make the entire city feel like it's yucky.
Oh yeah.
Which I like a lot. Yeah.
What I would say to that critique that people might have is they're wrong and they're silly and they're stupid and they're not actual people who actually enjoy comic books and this character.
Sometimes, yes.
I think that if the version of Batman that you want all the time is just guy like this is, I literally wrote this down. Yeah. This is one of the things that I said here.
Yeah.
I said it's cool to see Batman in a more vulnerable state. So many books these days, especially modern Batman books, stick to a more hardcore god tier, quote unquote prep time.
Yeah.
Batman who can't lose, has no real weaknesses, or seems to be losing, but then at the last second is like, I put a bomb on the ceiling and now I'm gonna win or whatever. Yeah. But so many of his best stories are about him having to overcome in a major way. Yeah. Like Venom, Batman Venom, like this, Batman the Cult.
Marvel character.
It's both. I think Batman Venom predates the character of Venom.
Does it really? Venom was probably like early 90s, 91.
Well, Nightfall was before. Nightfall was like the 90s.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true.
I don't know. But I think that's a much more interesting character, and it's much more true to the character of Bruce Wayne that I really liked reading this because I felt like I was getting a more true version of Batman compared to what a lot of books do, where he is a very much more simplified, grumbly kind of guy. Yeah. And this, like Year One, is a much more three-dimensional character. This is a guy who has weaknesses. This is the guy who he does have to prepare for situations. He goes away for a while and figures out a plan, and then he comes back. Yeah. In this, he doesn't just show up and he's got his great cave full of gadgets and stuff. Yeah. This is a real three-dimensional character that is living still in this trauma and seeing how does that affect him. And then he experiences this new trauma of being broken for the first time in this way and seeing how does that affect him. Yeah. Which then I wrote in here, I feel like you could read this as a trilogy with the Cult and then Venom, where Venom is introduced, the poison that makes you big and strong. And then Nightfall, where Bane shows up for the first time. Yeah. Because these are three books that are fully about Batman kind of down on his luck and having to push and overcome. And it's really good stuff. Totally. It allows you to dive into what makes the character tick and what makes the character actually the way he is a lot more than just I'm big and strong and I can do anything and that's fine. Yeah. And so much of the time when that happens too, it's just at cost to every other character in the book. It's just everybody else looks stupid now because Batman could shot Darkseid in the face with a bullet. And that's a cool moment. Yeah. And I love that. Totally. But there's lead up to it that makes it make sense. and it doesn't make Superman look like a silly dork from the Midwest in comparison.
Yeah.
Like Superman is also very smart.
Yeah.
But there's got to be a balance here. So I think this version of Batman that people in like the wider world have an idea of, where he's like, yeah, this is Batman with prep time YouTube video, and he just beats every one of the Arkham guards in like super easy, whatever. It's like, that's great. And sometimes that's cool. But the reason that like absolute Batman is really good is because we start out that way. And then we get to a place where it's like, oh, the world is bigger than this.
Yeah.
And we need to figure out how to deal with this. And you get interesting character moments because of that, because he then has to grow. If a character doesn't have to grow and change, then what's the point of the story?
Yeah.
If not, I mean, it would have to be external things. You have a passive protagonist at that point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's where I think you got it. You're onto something really, really important there.
Classic me.
That's classic Marshall.
I'm always onto something really important.
I always, buddy. but also, yes. I think it can be a legitimate critique.
Sure.
Through a certain lens of, we love characters whose competency is like limitless and bottomless. That's why we watch John Wick. For example, I think he's like the quintessential, like John Wick can do anything and can get out of any situation.
Yes.
And that's kind of Batman in a lot of cases. What can make that interest? I think we've talked about year one 1,000 times, because year one is so much fun.
Yeah.
And while Batman isn't like unbeatable in year one, he always is like a step ahead. Yeah. And that's kind of what I'm talking about. But what makes that interesting is that the setting that he's in is this city that's like the ultimate, I don't know what even the word would be, vice, I guess. You know what I mean? It's like sin rules in Gotham City.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what makes him still interesting, is not just that he can do anything. It's that he's in a place that doesn't want that to be the case. And so, but this is just a different story where it's just not that, where he is like kind of beaten down by the city and then has to overcome like the everything that has kept him literally underground in this case, this entire time, and rise to the challenge.
Yeah.
And so I think it turned out really cool. To, like you said, to see him in that vulnerable state. And by the end of the story too, he doesn't even win through his own like physical strength necessarily. He wins through like convincing the brainwashed masses that their God is not a God. Which is really cool.
Which is also like very Batman. He's not always going to be able to, he's still just a guy.
Yeah.
Like he can be as tough and strong as he can be, but at a certain point, it's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
So that's the intellect. Like that's the psychology of Batman. And he's saying, I can use these people's psychosis against them.
Yeah.
I can use the weapon that Blackfire has turned them into against Blackfire.
Totally.
And it works really well.
Yep. 100%.
It's like, and that is then him mastering this thing that had mastered him. Like he's figured out how to take that and manipulate that for his own purpose while also like moving beyond it himself.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I was going to say my favorite sequence is probably when Batman and Robin are fighting their way out of the sewer.
It's really cool.
I think it's really, really cool. Because Jason has a lot to do in this, which is interesting because Starlin initially didn't even want to have him in the book. He is one of these writers who doesn't like the idea of the boy wonder and the younger teenage character or whatever, because it feels antithetical to maybe the darker Batman mythos, which I would, again, say, like, I disagree. I think that he's a really important part of the mythos. And I think that this book ultimately proves that.
Yes.
Because in that moment, Bruce is broken. Bruce is deep in this darkness, and there's no way possibly that he's going to get out of it.
Yeah.
And the only thing that does break him out of it is Jason.
Totally.
The same thing that happens with Dick and with Tim is these people like bring him up out of this pit of darkness and despair, and they help him heal his own trauma in that way. Yeah. And that happens in a really literal sense in this book, where Jason goes down to the sewer and breaks him out, and Bruce is still in this stupor until Jason is in mortal danger, and he's able to go like, "Ooh, I'm Batman now." And you do get that like awesome God tier Batman can beat up 50 guys all at once kind of thing.
Yeah,
which is really cool to watch. It's really fun.
That's why we call him a stupor hero.
Whoa, dude!
Got him.
Watch it.
Even Alfred shows up and gets to be part of the Bat family. It's his moment to remind Bruce why he's a human.
I've been reading a lot of older Batman right now. Not like older, not like Dark Knight Returns. He's 50 something, like old books.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Alfred's been dead in the comics for a few years now.
Yeah.
It is insane how much he adds and how he is so dearly missed. Like it's what an integral part, an integral ingredient to the character that just isn't there in the modern books. It feels so different.
Totally.
And then this book specifically put me on a path of reading the Legends of the Dark Knight run, which is where Venom is first introduced. There's the Batman Shaman story. There's Batman Gothic, written by Grant Morrison. Like lots of really iconic stories. It's basically a bunch of short 4-issue, 5-issue stories like this.
Yeah.
And it's really good. And Alfred is in all of them. And it's really entertaining. Like he's just got this great dry wit and it's just really good stuff. It's like, I miss Alfred.
Yes.
And he's so good in this.
Absolutely. And especially as Bruce transforms and gets more experienced as Batman, he starts being nicer to Alfred in a lot of cases.
Yeah. Which is what's fun in Legends of the Dark Knight because it's supposed to take place right after year one.
Yes. Yeah.
So all of that stuff is right there. Robin isn't there yet. It's really, really good.
Get a lot of that in year one. I remember in the Arkham Origins game, my favorite part was that, do you remember this cutscene where he's arguing with Alfred before he goes out and goes to face off with the assassins that are being sent? Again, I know it's a video game,
part of the game,
but it's a great, cinematically, I think that game is awesome and represents Batman really well.
I am the danger.
Yes. Yeah, it really is.
Batman is the one who knocks.
Yeah, Bruce,
that kind of thing.
Bruce Walter White. Yeah.
Oh.
Mr. Wayne.
Who is that?
That was Jesse Pinkman.
Mr. Wayne. Yo,
what
Mr.
up, Mr. Wayne?
We got to cook.
Whoa.
That's what he says.
Give me...
this is some really good stuff.
Give me Aaron Paul as Robin and...
what's
his name as Batman? Bryan Cranston.
Oh, man.
But also 20 years ago when they were both kind of
Jason.
the right age for this.
I don't know. It's just going to sound like a Batman voice.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Bryan Cranston was the voice of, speaking of year one, he was the voice of Jim Gordon in the animated year one. Did you know that?
Did he? Oh, I didn't realize that was him.
Yeah.
That's a good animated version of Batman. I enjoy that.
It's not bad. The legacy of this is an interesting one because it doesn't have, like we said earlier, it doesn't have a huge place in popular culture. It's a really good book, but it doesn't have the same kind of high level awareness that something like The Dark Knight, Year One, whatever has. But it's becoming a lot more popular and you do see influences of it in different places. Like this very much set the groundwork for Nightfall, where you get this larger story about Batman being broken physically, psychologically by Bane and then having to come back from that. Deacon Blackfire is in Batman Arkham Knight.
Yep.
And I kind of want to go back and replay that story or watch it on YouTube or something because I had not known this book at all when I played that the first time.
Yeah.
So I was like, who's this guy? Yeah. Is he Native American in that?
I don't
think in my mind I remember him
that far
being
into it
like a preacher guy. He looks like Kelly, what's his name?
Joel Osteen.
Not Senator Kelly, but who's
not Senator Kelly?
Because he's the guy who's he's a preacher in
Reverend Stryker.
Stryker, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like that in my mind. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think he might be
been
right.
A while.
In the Arkhamverse. Yeah. It has been a while for me as well. I forgot he was in there, but you're 100% right.
Well, just get with it, Michael.
I've played it in, do you know that game? That game came out, I think 10 years ago now. I think it was 2015.
2016, yeah.
That feels terrible in my heart.
The cunning warrior attacks neither body nor mind.
Tell me how!
The heart, Osborn. First, we attack his heart.
I don't feel like it should be.
It's okay, Michael.
Time's flying
in
my elderly state.
Yeah. You'll be decrepit soon.
Okay. Well, once upon a time, you told me I was decrepit now.
Well,
and that was even 3 years ago, so I don't know.
Oh, well, then
Crazy
you
work.
are basically a corpse.
Oh,
okay.
heavens.
So that's what I have to say about this great book. It's really good. I really love it. The colors, again, are just incredible. I love Wrightson's lines. I love Jim Starlin's words. I've never been a huge Starlin fan. He wrote Infinity Gauntlet, and it's good, but it feels very much like a mainline crossover book.
Yes, it does.
Reading Starlin doing a prestige like miniseries, really good stuff, and I'd be curious to read more of whatever the heck else he's done.
It's much more focused. Yeah, much more like kind of by design. You could see the vision that he was going for throughout it, and it was really,
you
really
don't need to read a bunch of extra stuff to get the full context, like we were talking about last week, and like we'll talk about forever probably.
Totally. I think some more Batman content as well for people who like this book. If you like the cult and you like it, and you read it and you like it,
you want to join it,
you can join it.
Yeah.
You can also read The Killing Joke, because I think that one is a really cool example of like we were talking about, a vulnerable and like weakened Batman, and it has a lot of that high concept philosophy side of things as well.
And he's not necessarily like weakened in that as much as he is just like unable to really do anything about what's happening.
Exactly.
Like he can't stop it.
Yes, 100%.
It's out of his control.
Yeah. And it really it like really highlights and zooms in on that fact and how that changes the game and how it changes like the way Batman thinks about his job. Also read The Court of Owls. I mean, that is kind of more,
there's some like secret society stuff.
Yeah, it's more in that main line. That's like a white collar elite secret society. But if you like that
reverse,
if you like that hidden Gotham, the Gotham beneath Gotham kind of thing from this book, I think that would be another good one, and vice versa. If you like those ones that are much more well known, read this one. It's a great it's a great portion of the Batman canon
for sure.
Yeah,
I was going to say, if you like the feeling of this, then you could go back to last week and read some Swamp Thing.
Yeah, for real.
There's some good feelings of that, like the horror aspect of that in there, as well as Hellblazer. For Batman stuff, I would say check out Arkham Asylum by Grant Morrison. Crazy art, really good stuff, kind of dives deep into the psychological side of things, the terror and the fear side of things. There's this idea in that Batman has like a genuine fear of Arkham, which is really interesting. Going back to like the kind of mystical side of the founding of Arkham Asylum and all that different stuff, and the insanity and the way that you get this, the same thing in this cycle of just violence and violence and violence comes back. It's a lot of that. It's really cool.
Yeah. Also go read all the classical works that I mentioned. Read Dante, read John Milton, read all these things. I want people to read more classics because I think it contextualizes comics in such a cool way. Yeah. So if there's classical literature about hell, which there is a ton of, go read
the Bible.
Read the Bible. Maybe probably the authority on hell.
Yeah, a little bit. Depending on the hell.
I guess so, yeah.
Everybody, that's been Batman the Cult. It's a pretty good book. It's Jim Starlin. It's Bernie Wrightson. It's Bill Ray. It's Michael Klopp. It's Marshall Parrish. It's a lot of things. It's Tales from the Long Box. I make art. I draw
about the big two.
You say again?
It's a big two talking about the big two. And next time, we're going to keep doing it next week. These last couple weeks have been the first time talking about the big two in like a long time. Yeah. And so I love being back.
Yeah, because Swamp Thing is a DC.
Yeah, we're going to continue next week talking about Batman the Long Halloween.
See, you messed that up by not saying... You said long, really long. You didn't say Halloween really long. It's just a long Halloween. You should have said Halloween really long. But it's too late. You already did it. We're going to be talking about Long Halloween next time, and it's going to be great. It's going to be really cool. It's a really long book. It's not really long. It's good book. It's good.
It's good. It's
Check
nice.
Check it out. Read it ahead of time.
If you want to do some homework before our episode next week, read it ahead of time.
There's a pretty good animated adaptation. It's all right.
It's all right.
It's not bad. They didn't arbitrarily change the ending like they did with the Hush one.
No, we don't. I don't think they made a Hush animated movie.
It's really bad.
It's so
but also
not
the
good.
Original story, not very good.
It's not as good as people want it to be.
The idea of the character of Hush is more interesting than anything that's ever been done with the character of Hush.
Executed. Yes, 100%.
Yeah. So, thanks everybody for being here. I dropped pretty pictures. Here's some of them. Here's 3 of them. Boom, boom, boom. You can buy those at the website. It's pretty good. Michael did a book. It's called Marauders. You can read it. Right there it is.
I pronounce it that way every time. It's
Marauders?
Marauders.
Marauders. As we know, I am the authority on pronunciation on this show.
It's true. Marshall will choose how he pronunciates things, and
I will choose correctly.
And he's the authority.
Yeah. The authority?
The authority.
Comic book.
Different one.
Different comic book. Oh boy, that's the show. That's what we've been talking about. It's pretty good. You can like and subscribe. You can send it to a friend if you want to. If you don't want to, that's okay. Yeah. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you being here. It's
Laura specifically requested that you like and subscribe, so you need to at this point.
She said it.
That's a law.
Marshall, insert that here.
leave a like and subscribe.
Wow, that was pretty good.
That was a really good.
Everybody said it. Everybody saw it, and now you have to do it.
Yeah, now you like and subscribe because we're YouTubers, and that's what we ask
you into our cult.
Yes, welcome to the cult of Tales from the Long Box. And also keep reading comics. We love you.
Good luck. I forgot my catchphrase.
How did you forget?
Dude, I'm just so hopped up on the Deacon's drugs. I can't remember anything. My body's turning into sludge.
Dude, Marshall's geeking on the Deacon right now, bro.